Draw the Nativity mega video. Christmas is on its way, so I thought I would show you how to kind of draw. I'm going to do all this week various bits for a nativity scene. So this is going to be the crib. So start with this kind of parallelogram, and then we're going to want to have lines coming down that way, and this will be a little parallelogram here too, and then that will be a triangle. We want to continue that way, continue that way as well, and then this will be kind of so this will be like a what is it? It's it's a manger, isn't it? So that's going to come there and across and down, and that's going to come there and across and down like that. And we're going to have some straw in there, and then in the middle we will have the baby Jesus. Now we're also going to want to have his mother Mary, so this will be her head, and she's kind of smiling there, and we can have her slightly behind the crib, and then this is going to be her, she's kind of kneeling down, and then we'll also have Joseph here, and he's going to have kind of traditional Arab headdress on there like that, and we'll give him a kind of a neat little beard there, and we'll have him again in this kind of praying kind of mode like that. So this is a very, very simple kind of cartoony style, I suppose. Let's just put some kind of straw in around there, and we'll just kind of do this zigzaggy kind of 2 or 3 strokes like that over the place, and then we're going to draw a swaddling clothes. So these are just kind of tightly wrapped baby clothes there, and then this will be the baby's face, and you want to have two little eyes, fast asleep, nose, and then a nice little smile like that, and maybe an ear. And we can put more of this straw hanging around like that. This covers up some of what we're trying to hide down here, because this is very complicated. So this is going to be the kind of bits of wood that make up the manger. That's going to come across to there, and that again will come down there. So this needs to be kind of quite 3D, doesn't it? That's going across there like that, and then this will come up there. That needs to come down there. We can put a little bit of shadow in there, I think. That will come down there, and a bit underneath there, a bit of shadow there as well. And we can make that look like wood. There we go, and that's the crib sorted. And then I think we can go all the way around like that. And this will be Mary's kind of headdress there, and very simple eyes and a nose and just a little smile. And then we can bring her kind of sleeves together, and sort of like she's kind of kneeling down and sort of praying, but sort of just being amazed like that. And I think we could maybe sort of do something like that as well, just to make it a bit more interesting. And then we can do Joseph here, so let's put that on there first. That's the top of his headdress, and then I'm going to do kind of wiggle down like that, and the same on this side, which will go there. And then let's give him kind of a little beard like that. I'm giving him a little beard like this, so because I know I've got 3 wise men and a shepherd kind of probably with beards, so I'm kind of thinking about different kinds of beards for all the different people who are going to be in this. So this is the first one, and so tomorrow I'll show you how to draw the 3 wise men, and then I'll show you how to draw the shepherds, and then a camel and a donkey and various things, so you can kind of draw your whole kind of crib scene. Nativity scene is probably the word I'm looking for. So when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then you can erase those pencil lines, and I'll fit that bit in there. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of horizon in the background, and maybe it's a bit more kind of straw around the place like that. I think that can be quite dark down there. This can be darker down here, and I think we need a bit of shading underneath the straw here as well, like that. And then quite often we have little kind of shiny light bits coming off there, don't we? This will want to be shaded in there as well. We'll probably want a little bit of shadow on the ground, like that, and a bit around Joseph. And there you go, how to draw the baby Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Draw the cows in the manger. Today I'm going to do day 6 of my nativity kind of set of drawings. And today I'm going to show you how to draw a cow, and I think we can maybe have horns. And so from the cow's back comes right out from his kind of head. So it's going to be coming something like that. Let's have a very whisky tail. Not made of whiskey, but, you know, whisking about. And I'm going to make these legs very, very simple. I'm not going to do anything terribly tricky with them. And this will come in around there. And I'm just going to make those go straight out there. So that will do the same there. And we're going to want one to come about there. And I think because it's a nativity, we want to have a little calf as well, just to make it kind of sweet. So we'll have the calf there, and its body will be kind of coming around like this. And the back leg will kind of go up there to the... It's all very confusing. That's actually the knee, and then this will be the ankle, I think, coming down into the toe, and then you'll have the tail kind of curling around like a cat would have it. And then the front legs are kind of not kind of what you'd expect either, so they'd be kind of like that. Something. Let's try putting some ink to this. Now on the top, okay, it's going to be quite kind of hairier up there, so let's put a little pair of horns, and then we're going to have a pair of ears going like that. Come down to this kind of bubbly bit here, and then back around like that. And then the eyes, you want them quite to the side of the head, and that's going to go like a question mark, isn't it, really? And then from here, let's see if we can put that there. So we're going to have kind of over the shoulders, down into the back, and then up into the rump. Let's bring that up and around. This can come down to the back leg, and this is going to get kind of thinner and thinner and thinner out. So we can put the tail in there, and then we can bring the front of the cow down there, and then we want, those are the trotters. The pigs have trotters, don't they? Now here, I think we need to put some udders, because it's going to be a female lady cow with her calf. And there we got the toes, and the toes again, and similar here. That will go up to there, and then the little calf is going to be similar. That will have ears coming out there, down to that part there, and then kind of around, little question marks, and we want the big eyes right on the side. And I think we need to do this bit here first. That will come like that, so then this can come around there, and this will come around there, and then we can bring the tail around there like that. And then we're going to see the other leg around the other side there. And I think we're probably going to need to put them in straw. And then, when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, you can erase those pencil lines. And I'm going to put some shading in there, just to send that further back. And I'm going to put a bit of shading just down the edge, the leading edge of the legs. I think we're going to need a bit of shading in there too. I think these toes could do with a bit of shading as well. And then maybe a bit of shading down there, and maybe a little there too. I think we could put a bit of shading on the brown like we can do here as well. And I think here we're going to need a bit of shading just to make the calf stand out a bit more. And there you go, how to draw a cow and a calf. How to draw sheep and shepherds. Today I'm going to show you how to draw the shepherds. So I'm going to have kind of one kind of shepherd here, and then I'm going to have a little boy shepherd as well, I think. He's going to have feet, whereas the adult shepherds got their sort of jalabia kind of all the way down to the ground, and so they're going to have kind of an Arab headdress on there, and so we're going to give them a moustachy beard kind of thing, and I think I'm going to have them holding a sheep or a little lamb. So what I'm going to do is to have this kind of curve here, and then this will be a hand, and we're going to want to see kind of the lamb here, and we'll also have another hand kind of there. That will work good. And then the boy can I think the boy can have he can be holding a crook, I think, and maybe even he could maybe even be holding a tiny little lamb, couldn't he? Like that. And I think we're going to need to have a kind of a sheep here. Going to be something like that, and then I'll show you how to draw a sheep kind of coming towards you, more like that. So let's see what we can do with all of this. I am going to start off, I always think what's nearest to me, so I think these hands are going to be really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to have that hand going 1, 2, and it's kind of hidden behind that hand, so that then we can draw that sleeve, and then we can draw that sleeve, and then now we want to draw this lamb. So this is kind of biggish lamb, this one. We'll give him a nice little black nose and just little dots for the eyes. That's all you need. And so we're going to have legs sticking down here, so just these little kind of, make them look like matchsticks with a little matchstick head on the end. You don't need to do anything more complicated. Bit of wool, and now let's draw the headdress in there. So that's going to be going around the top, and then this will be coming down here, and like that. And then we're going to want to have 2 eyes and an eyebrow and a nose, and then we're going to draw a moustache coming into a beard, and then he's smiling. There we are, that's good. And then we can draw the rest of his jalabia like that. And now the sheep here is in front of the boy at the back, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this sheep in there, give him a little shiny nose and 2 little eyes, and just a bit of kind of woolliness around there like that, and then we'll have a bit of a woolly tail, and then again we just want these little kind of matchsticks kind of sticking out, and I'm going to be doing really, really simple back legs and all the animals that I'm drawing for this nativity. And so these just want to be really, really simple. Because this is draw stuff real easy, I don't want to make it too difficult for you. I know I do sometimes. And let's do the same with this one. Slightly kind of wobbly lines to give the feeling of wool, and then that will come down there. 2 little eyes and a nose, and we really want to have that line there as well. And then we can draw in a kind of a woolly body and these kind of dead matchstick kind of feet like that. Simple, but it works. It works. There'll be a bit of shading there. And then all we need to do now is to worry about this boy. So we're going to give him a head like that. And then I think he's going to have a little kind of cap on like that there. And then that will be his ear. Put his eyes quite far apart. That makes him look a bit younger. And then we need to draw this little lamb, which is going to be very similar to the other ones. Like that. And he's going to have his coat coming here. Like that. And his thumbs. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to have these little legs sticking out. Like that. And that's kind of working. So we can bring his arm down here. And his coat is going to be a bit shorter. So we can have a thumb going up there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers like that, holding the crook, which is going to go up and around, a little hook at the end, like that. And then we want to have his feet coming down like that. Oh, and then we'll the little kind of 1, 2, 3 for his toes. And if we then do that, we can turn them into sandals as well. Then when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then you can erase those pencil lines. And what can we do? I think we can maybe put a little horizon line in the background there. Just puts them on the kind of table, and we can add a bit of shadow to put them on the floor. And we might have a bit of shadow underneath there as well, which will be on the legs as well, won't it? And maybe a bit of shadow in there too. And I think the boy will have some shadow there. And oh, we need that to go up to his armpit there as well. Maybe a little bit of shadow there. Good. Well, there we have the sheep and the shepherds, and now we're going to draw a donkey. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a donkey. So we're going to have a body a bit like that, and then a neck will go up from there and up there like that. A bit more like that. And then we want this kind of oval ellipse kind of shape, I suppose, and then a kind of another ellipse shape on the end of it as well. And we want these great big ears on the top, and I think that's going to go more there. And then I'm going to make the legs very, very simple, because they actually have quite complicated feet. So I'm going to give these little, so that it goes forward like that, back, and then a little kind of blob. And I'm going to make the back legs really simple, because donkeys, horses and things, their feet are really difficult, and this is draw stuff really easy, so I want to make it nice and easy for you. So it looks like a donkey, but the legs aren't exactly right, but they'll be right enough. And then we're going to want to have the eye kind of like that, and there we go. Yeah, this will do, I think. So here we're going to go up and around like that, which means then we can put that little bit in there, and we want to bring that down and around, and then we can put the bottom lip, as it were, the bottom jaw mouth bit like that will be there, And then we're going to want to have a nostril, and then we'll come in like that, and around and across and around, and put the eye in there. And we want another great big ears like that. So we can bring that down. We can bring this down to the front leg there. We'll have a bit of shoulder there and a bit of, just a little bit of curve, I think. And then we're just going to take the back leg straight down like that. And we're going to bring this quite thin, like that. This isn't exactly what donkeys look like, their legs, but it's quite close. But not the back legs, because back legs, they always have this kind of weird shape, don't they? That kind of, it's called a dog leg, in fact, I think, but it would have to be a donkey leg with this one. Let's bring that forward, and then we'll make that go to about there. And we're going to just put the hooves in there like that. And I think we'll have the tail sort of coming down there like that. Then when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, you can erase all those pencil lines. Then I'm going to put a little kind of line around there where the front gets a bit paler. I think that we might put some kind of little fur marks in there. And then that's going to want to be a bit darker behind there like that. And maybe a bit of shadow there too. And I think we can put a bit of shadow down there like that. Put in a bit of horizon. And let's put the donkey on the table, or on the floor even. There we go, by putting a bit of shadow in there. And that should probably come around there a bit more. And there you go, how to draw a donkey real easy. Next, we're going to draw a star. This is day 7 of my how to draw a nativity scene. So this is going to be the star, and you want to kind of work like this. And if you kind of get a circle around there so you kind of get it all pretty equidistant, then I think you're going to be able to go up and down there, and then up and down, up and down, and then we're going to go across and across and then down, just going to that kind of circle that you've drawn there. And then this one will be longer coming down there. Ooh, take your time, and then you can maybe add some extra little kind of glimmers coming off the end of each of these bits. And you could maybe, if you wanted to, split those angles like that, and then split them again with something a bit shorter like that, just to give that overall kapow. Then next on our list is a camel. Today is the 4th day in my making a nativity scene series of videos, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a camel. And you need this weird kind of tear shape, which is the body, and we can come down a little bit more maybe, and then this is going to come around into the back leg, and I'm going to make the back legs quite simple, because back legs are really generally quite difficult. So this is kind of a nice curve coming down there, and then we're going to make the front leg quite easy as well. They have these great big feet, and then so I'm going to do something like that as well here on that leg, and we'll have that leg going forward. And then we're going to want a hump on the top, because there wouldn't be a camel without a hump. And then what we need is the neck, which comes straight out from the bottom here and goes up in a nice curve. And then from here it comes down in a loop and then comes up like that. And on the top you need to put a ball, and that's kind of like its brain box. And you need to get that kind of the right size. Its ear will be something like that. And then this needs to sort of curve a little bit, and then down like that, and into its mouth. And they always look pretty fed up, don't they, camels? And then that will come up there. And then we're going to want the eye to be like an S shape and then a dot. And that should kind of do it. Now let's ink this in and see what happens. So I'm going to draw this hump with a little bit of kind of furriness on it, because they get a little bit kind of furry on the top. And here we're going to want to put a tail in there as well. And then that will come down and out, down to this great big foot. And then you want to come flick it back like that and go forward a bit. They have two enormous toes which spread out so that they don't sink into the sand. And let's do this one. And I'm just going to make this really simple, just straight down like that, back a bit, forward into a toe, into another toe. So they're enormous toes. And this is going to then come down there. And then we can do a similar thing here. Toe, toe. And then that's going to go up to there. And this is going to come down and around and up. And then we need to put the ear in there. And we can bring that around. And there's a little slit there for the nose. And then we want to get that sort of coming there like that, and then do this kind of S shape will be the eye, and then that will come up a little bit and then around like that, and then we can bring this other foot down here. It will be a toe and a toe. When you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then erase the pencil line so you don't smudge the ink. And then let's put some sand dunes behind here, something like that. And maybe we could have a blazing sun in the sky. And I'm going to do some very simple kind of shading like that. Maybe a bit more there. Quite a bit under there. And quite a bit there too, and then I'm going to put a little bit there put a bit of kind of curvature into the shape of the thing. We might need a little bit there too, and we can maybe put some in there and then some up there around like that. I think we could just put a bit of shading in there. So if the sun is coming this way, then the shadow on the ground is going to be kind of like that. And if we do that, then that will put it firmly in the desert. And there you go, how to draw a camel real easy. And finally, how to draw the three wise men. I'm going to show you how to draw the three wise men. So what I'm going to do is to start off with kind of three bodies of kind of different shape, maybe one a bit plumper, one a bit taller, and in fact I'm going to make this kind of a longer face, and maybe this one a little bit plumper altogether. This one here I think I'm going to give a kind of traditional kind of Arab headdress and kind of great big beard, and this one I think I'm going to give a kind of a crown, kind of pointy crown, and he can have kind of longer hair and kind of a bit different. And this one I think can have something kind of a bit like a turban, I think, something like that. And he will have a great big beard as well. So these are quite cartoony, aren't they? And if you saw yesterday's video, then you'll know that I showed you how to draw the crib with baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph, and they're kind of quite simple. So it's just that you can kind of maybe draw your own nativity scene if you want to. So they need to be carrying gold. So we're going to put hands there, and we're going to be wanting to carry gold frankincense. So I'm going to have this, I think I'm going to have the frankincense in a kind of a longer case with a kind of something like that, maybe little legs on it, and myrrh, which is kind of a creamy kind of ointment. So I'm going to have that in a little pot. Well, that can have little legs on it as well. So let's see what happens. I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to give him that kind of rope that goes around the headdress, and then this will come down there like that, and that will come there. And going to give him eyebrows and a nose and a little smile, and let's put some more kind of beardy kind of marks in there like that. And here we want to do, let's draw, this is kind of the cuff of the sleeve here, so then we can draw the thumb, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he can be carrying this gold thing or whatever it is, and we'll just put some little marks in there to give it some texture. So this can then come across there and across there and around like that, around like that. And then all we need to do is to draw in the rest of the, what we call it, jalabi. I think various, it's pronounced different ways in different places. Anyway, kind of the outfit is the word I'm looking for, probably. There we go. And let's put some jewels in there as well, like that. And I'm going to do a kind of a centre parting-y kind of hairstyle here. And let's put lots of curliness in there. And you can colour this hair in any colour you like. I'm not going to do any colouring on these at all. So this is kind of a very long-faced king, this one, clean shaven, 2. And he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are going to be his hands. That's his thumb. 1, 2, 3. So he's holding on to this. So that's the sleeve, and that will come around there. That will come around there, and this will come up to the armpits. So let's do something like that. That he's holding this kind of casket of some sort, and we could maybe put a little bit of pattern in there like that, and maybe it's got little legs, and then we can carry on with the jalab. Someone is going to tell me how it's pronounced. And here we go. Now this one we're going to just go around there and around like that. We want a little bit in the top there like that. And then we want this to look like a turban which is being wound around like that. And so I'm going to do kind of a great big beard around like that. And coming under the nose. And just dots, that's all you need. And we can have him smiling as well. And more kind of beardy kind of little marks in there. And again, we're going to do the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Into the elbows, and then around like that, and around up to the shoulder, and then up into the armpits, just the same. And then we can bring this down to the floor like that. And we can have a little sort of something like that. And maybe that's got little feet as well. When you're absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then you can erase those pencil lines. And you might like to put some little kind of marks in there. You might want to put some shading under there, underneath here as well. We could maybe put a little bit of crosshatch sort of shading in there as well. And we could put in an horizon line and a bit of shading to put them in the stable or in the desert or something like that. Let's put some bits on the floor there. And that's how you draw the 3 wise men. Congratulations if you've drawn all of these and reached the end of this video. Make sure you are subscribed to Draw Stuff Real Easy so you can come back for lots more drawing. Bye and happy Christmas.